Hi, Algebra 3 with Trig students. We're going to go through this PowerPoint one slide at a time. Make sure you watch till the end. When you finish this, you'll be taking a quiz. All right, guys, why is syllabus and what is the information you're going to get from that syllabus? Well, really, the most important thing is going to be who I am. I'm Mrs. Talfa. And my email address. That's jtalfa@acsd1 as in the number 1.org. If you ever need to call or text me, please use this phone number. It's my Google Voice. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Another thing that the syllabus tells you is the course description. Algebra 3 with Trig is a year-long course, and it is designed for those of you who are not going to be taking AP Calc. But please don't be fooled that means this is an easier class than AP Prep. It means that we're just not focused on taking the AP course. This is still an advanced algebra course. We will be doing a review of Algebra 2 topics, so what you learned last year we will be going through, but at a much faster pace. We will also be introducing lots of new things. I am most excited to be teaching trig functions to you this year. That is a great topic and I can't wait to get there. We did talk about this in class, but I want to make sure we go over it again. This will be a flipped class. And what that means is that you will be doing lecture and notes at home on your own time, especially during your virtual days. And then when we're in class, we're really just going to be talking about the notes and answering questions that you have while you were working independently. The reason we're doing this is because most of you are seniors, although there are a few juniors. And if you decide to go on to college, you know, right now UW is 100% online. You have to learn how to motivate and practice this online learning. If you are struggling, please come see me. This is not it's not easy for me to do a flipped classroom. So please come see me and we'll talk about it. A syllabus also tells you what you are, how do you get to Algebra 3 and then where you headed. You right now are right here in Algebra 3 with Trig. And the way you got here is by getting a C or better in Algebra 2. You can see right above where I've circled. So your prereq, you have to have a C or better. And where do you head to next? Well, a student who is successful in Algebra 3, not 4, that's a typo, you will move on to Math 1400, which is college algebra. If you are that's if you're a junior. Also, if you're a junior, you could also possibly take AP Stat. Now, if this is your senior year, I want you guys to think about what you're going to take next year. Are you going to be taking college algebra at UW or LCCC or somewhere else? Do you have to? Are you going to be taking Math 1000? Or you need to tell me or figure out what are those things that you're thinking about for next year. What are the supplies and materials that you need to bring with you every day to class and also have with you when you are doing your online days? You'll need a 3-ring notebook, crucial because you're going to be needing to take notes back and forth between home and school. Loose leaf paper, pencils, colored pencils, highlighters. I use a lot of color in my class. I know that it really helps students when they see things in color. Ruler, and you will need a TI-84 graphing calculator. We have a limited number to check out. So if you don't have one, either you can order one on Amazon, get one at Walmart, or if you need to check one out, please come see me. Okay, what people really are looking for in terms of syllabus. They're always looking for grades. What's the grading scale and how are you going to be graded? So please remember that this is just for the math department. Your English, social studies, science courses are not graded like this. This is just for math. If you want an A, that'll be between 90 and 100%. B is an 80 to an 89%. C is a 70 to 79%. And remember, if you are below a 70, that is an F. There are no Ds in high school, LHS high school math. So now that you know kind of how those grading scale work, let's talk about what you're going to be graded on. There are 2 categories, assessments, and those are going to be worth 70% of your grade, and daily work, that's 30% of your grade. Now, just like the scale, everything in that assessment category counts for more. And so how do you do well on those assessments? Well, keep doing that daily work. So a little bit more in depth about that 30% of your grade, or what's included in daily work. Every day, well, between 3 to 4 times a week, you're going to be assigned daily work, or what's daily practice. 3 to 4 times a week, it's on Canvas, and yes, it's mandatory. This is how you get good at doing math. Please do not put this off. Okay, it will happen every day. Other. This could be daily notes that you're taking, warm-ups, quizzes, and exit tickets. All of those things will be put into that 30% category. All right, let's take a look at that 70% category, or assessments. Units. These are like your chapter tests, but they are assessments that happen after every unit. The majority of questions will come from that unit, but there could be some from previous chapters. And then we have what I like to call retention. Part of math is being able to remember previous standards or previous knowledge. And so I will be throwing in these things called checkpoints. And one of our first checkpoints is going to be about fractions. You have to remember how fractions work in order to be successful in Algebra 3. There's also going to be finals, one final for each semester, and that is going to cover everything we've talked about. And remember, these are the 70%, these are the big pieces. If you would like to retake something, we'll talk a little bit about what happens if you don't do well in assessment. We'll talk about how you can fix that grade, because doing well on assignment and doing poorly on an assessment, that's what moves your grade the most. So let's dive into what happens if you don't do well on an assessment. So if you fail a chapter assessment or a checkpoint, or even if you just need some extra help, you're not really understanding what we're talking about in class, then you will need to come to credit recovery. Credit recovery happens every Friday morning, and if you do fail a chapter assessment or a checkpoint, I will be notifying you and your parents that you will need to come in on Friday morning and receive that help and that time to make up those, to be able to retake an assessment or a checkpoint. Okay, no credit recovery means no retakes. This is the path to being able to take a retake. Important. Just like every class that you've had since kindergarten, there are expectations of you. In Algebra 3 with Trig, please come prepared, on time, and sanitized, meaning this includes face masks. Please use that hand sanitizing station often. Respect others and their property. Please stay 6 feet apart. Snacks and drinks will be allowed until it becomes a problem. I know that we're first hour, and if you need to bring your breakfast or your coffee, please do so. Just don't make it a problem, and then we won't have to talk about it. Cell phones and math do not mix. My expectation is that they are off and silent. If cell phones become a problem, then I will handle it. I rarely have to get counselors, principals, and or parents involved. I really expect that you can handle no cell phones for an hour. Disruptive behavior is handled by school policy. Again, I rarely have issues with that, but if I have to talk to you, we will do that with a counselor, principal, and or parent. I know we've talked about this when we talked about flipped classrooms, but I really need to make this point stick. On your virtual days, they're really not off days, they are your virtual days. Logging onto Canvas and completing work is essential. It is expected. It is mandatory. It is not a day off. Please come ask me if you have questions or concerns. And here's to a great year, Algebra 3 with Trig. My door is always open. If you need anything, or you have questions, or you are confused, please come talk to me. Especially the confused part. Don't wait too long, because in Algebra 3 we move fast and things build, and the sooner you take care of a question, the better. I look forward to teaching you this year, and I'm very happy that you are in my class. Thank you for watching to the end. When you log off of this, please go to Canvas and take the Syllabus Classroom Expectation Quiz.